Hi, I'm Garth from Synenergy Wellbeing. Welcome back. I've got another great stretch for you today. This stretch is really fantastic for releasing a tight upper back. Most of us walk around the world with some kind of version of this exaggerated posture. Shoulders up around the ears, rounded forward, forward head carriage, rounded in the upper back, and we lose our neutral lumbar curve. Okay, doesn't look great, does it? So what we want to do is actually release the muscles involved in that posture so we can stand more upright. We can be broad across the chest, we can have our shoulders released, and we can actually stand taller. So what this stretch is it's basically a modified version of a yoga downward dog, which is basically a triangle position. All we're doing is we're taking that triangle position and we're bringing it into a more upright position. Okay, so what you want is something that's roughly hip height. This is a little bit low for me, to be honest. I could actually have something that's a little bit higher. If you're unsure, you could always go for something a little bit higher is generally my recommendation to people. So you could use the back of your office chair, and it's a really useful stretch for doing at the office, because that's often when I find that people experience the tight upper back and the stiffness in the neck. Or you could do it at home on a kitchen bench. Just find something that's roughly hip height. Okay. Once you've got that, we want to have the hands around about shoulder width apart. From there, we want to step the feet back until the heels are underneath the hips. Okay, and it may take a bit of time to play with that. Sometimes we step too far back, or we're not quite far enough back. So just play around until you find the right position. We also want the feet to be about hip width apart. Okay, don't be too wide and don't be too narrow. We just want to give ourselves a nice balanced base of support. So from here, I've got quite tight hamstrings and a lower back. So you can see that I'm quite rounded through the lower back. So to actually come into the stretch, what we need to do is actually bend the knees quite deeply and press the buttocks back. Okay, I'll do that again. So we need to bend the knees and push the buttocks back. From there, I'm just putting a gentle pressure into the heels of my hands to create a two-way stretch. And you should see quite a difference in the shape of my back now. It should be a lot flatter and longer. So as I just continue to stay here and push my hands in the chair, creating a stretch forward, push my buttocks back, creating the length in my spine, I just start to allow my chest and shoulders to move down and forward towards the ground. Without dropping my head, I want to keep the back of my neck long, and I want to just not drop the knees in, but actually just draw the knees out a little bit. So I've got space in the hips to actually allow my hips to move back. And even after just a couple of moments, I've started to create a little bit more space there for myself to push my buttocks back a little bit further, and I can start to come into the stretch a little bit deeper. To come out of the stretch, just simply come up, walk forward. Be mindful that sometimes you feel a little bit lightheaded after having your head down, so just do come out of the stretch slowly, and give yourself a moment or two to come out of it. Like all stretches, take your time with it. There's no need to rush it. There's no need to come into an intense stretch. If you notice that your breath is hardening and shortening, it's too intense. You need to just come out of it a little bit and give yourself a little bit more space in the breath to allow the stretch or the pose or the position to open up in its own time. You'll get more benefit from it. And practice this stretch as often as you like. It's a really useful stretch. It's one of my favorites. I give it to my clients all the time who experience tight upper back, neck, shoulders. And like I say, it takes us from being in this poor posture to being in a more upright posture. Okay, so have a play around with it and see how you go. If you've got any questions or comments, please drop me a note below or get in contact with me at synenergywellbeing.com. But yeah, have fun and be awesome, and until next time, all the best. Take it easy.